Okay, Roadking RKCBBT Bluetooth radio. Got this on eBay for about $50. I noticed the prices have gone up, but around Christmas 2025, $50. Who can beat that? New inbox radio, $50. And it's supposed to be Bluetooth. So, sure, $50. So I bought it and really wanted to love the radio. I wanted to make it my main radio. And then things happened. So let's just talk about the features the radio has first. Then I'm going to show you what works and doesn't work and solutions by opening up the radio and making some adjustments. This thing has a few features. It's got PA, CB, and weather.
Snow Friday will be followed by an bitter to dangerously cold sub-zero wind chills Friday night and Saturday night.
Okay, so weather. It has a SWR calibration meter. You can key up and calibrate your SWR meter for more accurate readings. It's null right now because it's going into a dummy load, but you would get a bar telling you where your SWR is. You also get a digital readout here. So great. That's cool. Has a color feature, color changing feature. You can set different colors, which is kind of a trend in radios lately. And what's kind of cool too is that, let's try and get out of that menu, you can set different night and day colors. So by the flick of a switch, there's my nighttime, there's my daytime. And those colors can be adjusted for brightness, contrast, and that's about it. So cool, right? But the main selling point of this radio was the Bluetooth feature. And we're going to get into that in just a second. It's also got ANL, NB, which I haven't used, but it's got it, which, okay, cool. That's a nice feature to have, I guess. I don't need it because there's not a whole lot of electrical noise in my shack. 919, it's typical 919. What I like is the scan. Not only does it have a memory channel, and you can program multiple channels into memory, but it has fast scan, and it's really, really fast, which I like because a lot of my radios are just too slow. So I gambled that it would have that when I bought it and thought that would be great because these other radios just can't scan. That's great. And then it goes to memory default. I can add more memory, but I haven't. I only need one channel. Now, all this is great, but it's marketed as a Bluetooth radio with a Bluetooth headset. And that didn't work out so good. The audio on this as a Bluetooth headset is absolutely terrible. So I had to do some things to the radio to make up for that. Now, the audio on the microphone that it comes with is also not great because it's just a stock radio. So let's pull back here, take a look at the meter. The stock mic is, a stock mic. I got Rode Devil power mic for it, and man, did that make a difference. So I didn't have to modify anything inside to get the modulation. You need a power mic. Anything but a power mic won't work. So we got this. We've got really good modulation swing on there. I wasn't getting anything more than like 1, 2 without the power mic, but with the power mic, it's great. So you can also see SWRs jumping up and down. So a lot of swing. If you're changing your SWR as you speak, then you've got really good swing. So the power mic fixed that. That's great. I have no complaints except that the power mic was another $40, and now I'm up to about $80 or $90 for this radio. Now, there's also a talk back feature. You hit talk back and key up, you get instantly onto channel 9, and then you can see that with this microphone I got a lot of swing, and everything sounds nice and crisp and clear, and it's loud. And that's kind of the most important thing at this point is, can I be heard? So a little bit overmodulated. I'm pulling it down a little bit. I heard a little bit of rashness at the top. So I'm just going to take it down before it starts squeaking. Now, great, but you got to buy a power mic. The mic it comes with just isn't going to cut it. No one could hear me. It was a nightmare. Very disappointing. But great, and I like that I fixed it. It's always nice to feel like you fixed something, right? But then there's this thing. So here's how we use the Bluetooth feature. Hold down Bluetooth till you see a light. Then on the Bluetooth headset, you hold that down till you see a light. And then when you put the headset on, you will hear it say connected. So we'll get that going. I'm going to put it on. hear the word connected and I'll be able to start talking. Okay, I heard that it's connected, and there's two ways that I can now talk through this. We can do Vox. With Vox on, you can see that we have pretty decent modulation up here. All right, so when I talk, you can see that it's definitely swinging. It doesn't sound like it looks, though. Although the modulation is there, because they're converting from Bluetooth to the AM modulation, it loses a lot, and it's introducing a lot of modulation noise that the human ear doesn't even hear. So although it looks good, it doesn't sound so good. Let's hear it. Now notice that when I talk, there's a delay. And so it sounds like an echo, but that's actually the processor delay from the time that I speak to the time that you hear it come out of the talkback. That won't happen with a regular microphone. It only happens with Bluetooth because it's processing digitally. If you're having a conversation with someone and you can't hear yourself, that really has no effect. It's not going to be a problem. The delay is about a second at the most. You wouldn't notice it. That's fine. But did you notice that the sound of the headset is not so great? The headset's positioned optimally. I can't get it any better. But it's never going to have the sound of a modulated microphone, right? That's real AM right there. Lots of swing. Let's take a look at that on the meter. And now we're going to take a look at that on the headset. Again, the swing isn't bad. It's comparable. But it's reducing the quality of the sound. It sounds very DX. All right, so I want to just note, though, that the sound you're hearing is after I did the modification, not before, okay? And so before I did the mod, you couldn't even hear that much out of the headset. It was just absolutely useless. Now, there's another way you can trigger that to the headset to transmit. If Vox doesn't work because the noise around you is too great, you can use this, and what you'll get is a momentary transmit. This was designed to go around like the steering wheel of your truck. You could just press the button. If Vox was going to pick up too much noise and always trigger, you could just have manual control. So there are use cases for that. It's not great. I'll use it. I have it now. I did the modification. I don't think anyone else has done this modification and shown it, so this is going to be the first time. But remember, I haven't done anything except add a power mic as far as AM. It's that Bluetooth modulation that needed to be fixed. And again, what you heard is fixed. So imagine how bad it was. Next, I'm going to show you how I improve the radio's overall performance, its output power, plus modulation. Okay, so there's two things to adjust in here. This is the final. And if you turn this clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on where it's set, you will be able to peak the output until you get to your maximum peak. If you keep continuing in the same direction, after you reach peak, you can continue on, but you're not going to get more power. It's going to start dropping back down. So you'd have to back it off. This isn't all the way on or all the way off like a soda cap. There's a sweet spot. So what you need to do is keep your dead key going while you turn this back and forth to get the maximum peak of power on your peak meter. And when you get that, it's tuned properly. It's going to leave you at 5 or 6 watts dead key, probably closer to 5. I recommend you then put a little bit of hot glue, just a dab of hot glue on top to hold it in place, because as you mess with this, it's going to get more and more loose. Mine is so loose now that the speaker vibrations will probably cause this to turn over time. I don't want that. So just lock that down with a little bit of hot glue, but not so much that you can't remove it if you have to. If you go over here, I'm told that this is the combined modulation for Bluetooth and the microphone. I don't think that's true. I think that modulation for the microphone is somewhere else, probably over here, but I'm not going to mess with it because I can't verify that. What I can tell you is I was able to rotate this clockwise 360 degrees, and this increased the modulation of the headset tremendously. 360-degree rotation is far beyond what I expected it to give, but it does increase modulation from Bluetooth significantly. Again, If you thought it sounded bad, imagine how it sounded before I did this. If you overdo this, you're going to hear a ticking sound coming out of the speakers, and that means that you're just letting it, you've opened it up too much and it's bleeding. So you'll want to back off until you stop hearing the ticking sound, and then maybe another eighth turn just for some safety. I have no evidence to suggest this is also the AM modulation. I think the AM modulation is elsewhere. I think this is Bluetooth only, because if I were to jack up the modulation on AM and then add a power mic, I would expect really poor performance, and that's not what's happening. I'm getting improved performance for Bluetooth, but it looks like the power mic is really the only difference for AM. So this is your Bluetooth. Don't mess with any of the others. They're not going to help you. That's about as far as you can take this radio, about 5 watts dead key, and get that Bluetooth signal up. And then you end up with a decent enough radio, I think. Better than stock. And you can make use of the Bluetooth headset in a jam, but it's certainly not my preferred way to use it. One thing to be aware of with a Bluetooth headset is you can actually hook it up to your phone and take phone calls while you're using the CB. You can also hook it up to your phone and use it for phone calls without the CB. It's just a Bluetooth headset, and so it will hook up. I've actually used it to make phone calls and just haven't been using it on the CB. But now that I got this fixed, maybe I'll try it out again on the neighborhood net and see how it goes. So that is how you make a Roadking RKCBBT not total trash. Till next time.